I'm going to build a complete client getting sales video from scratch in under 7 minutes. No copywriting, no prompts. Watch this. But first, let me show you what happens when you ask regular ChatGPT to write a sales video. I gave it a full business summary and simply asked for a VSL. And here's what it produced. First thing you'll notice, it spits out a 12 to 18 minute script. That alone is a problem. Cold traffic won't sit through that. You need 4 to 7 minutes if you actually want people to watch. Now, this isn't terrible. It has a hook, an intro, a problem section, some agitation, a solution, a few steps, and a call to action. But listen how it feels. It sounds like every other advisor. There's no angle, no positioning, no reason to choose you. This is what happens when AI writes copy without strategy underneath it. It's the same technology, but there's no architecture. Now, watch what happens when we build this strategically. So now I'm going to enter the exact same business information, but this time we're running it through the business discovery engine. This part matters because this engine isn't about writing copy. It's about building the offer. Everything that converts starts here. So first it's going to ask for a quick business snapshot. Now these aren't random questions. They're strategic inputs. Who you help, what problem you solve, pricing, how you acquire clients, how you deliver, what's working, what feels stuck. These aren't form fields. This is the same information I'd normally extract during a paid discovery call. This is how we reverse engineer positioning, messaging, and the sales narrative before writing anything. Now I've already filled this out, so watch what it does. First, it organizes the entire business in seconds. Offer, audience, revenue model, acquisition, delivery. This matters because most sales videos fail before they've been written. If the positioning isn't clear, nothing converts. Now it's identifying the real problem, not surface symptoms, the emotional shift the buyer is going through. Now that's important because people don't buy services, they buy relief. Here it's mapping fears, desires, and deeper motivations. This pulls out what actually drives decisions. This is where actual persuasion comes from. Okay, now it's analyzing competitors and common promises and identifying what everyone in the market is saying. And differentiation isn't optional. It has to be engineered. Here it condenses everything into a clear value proposition, who it's for, what outcome they get, why this approach is different. This becomes the spine of the entire funnel. Now it runs your offer through persuasive copy principles: new, easy, safe, and big. Every offer needs to communicate those 4 things. New, so it feels different; easy, so it feels doable; safe, so the risk feels reduced; and big, so the outcome feels worth pursuing. If your offer doesn't hit all 4, people hesitate. Now it strengthens the offer. It intensifies the desired outcome, reduces perceived time delay, increases the likelihood of success, and removes friction. That's how you move people from curious to taking action. Okay, here we're anchoring trust, not hype, but process-based confidence. Credibility always beats promises. Now it installs real urgency, not fake countdown timers, structural urgency, timing, risk, and decision windows. That's what creates momentum. Now it's compressed all this into a structured strategy packet. This normally takes hours of thinking and whiteboarding, and it just did it in seconds. Each part of the system is trained across hundreds of real campaigns, ads, VSLs, sales conversations, so it understands what actually converts. Okay, so now we have the complete offer: audience, outcome, mechanism, desire, certainty, urgency. This is the foundation. So now we take all of this and we're going to feed it into the market reframe engine. This is where differentiation gets built. Most people jump straight to copy. This is where category and differentiation get built first. So we're going to go ahead and enter everything we had and click next. So first it's going to map out the current market logic, what everyone believes, what everyone sells, and why buyers feel stuck. This matters because most offers fail inside the existing game. If you don't change the frame, you're just another option. Here's the old way. This is the belief system your buyers have been conditioned into. This is what every competitor is reinforcing. Now it identifies the real constraint, not the surface problem, the structural issue no one is talking about. This is where leverage comes from. And here it introduces the new game. This reframes the entire decision. Instead of competing on features, it shifts the outcome. Now it suggests category positions. This is how you stop being compared. You're no longer in a crowded market. You're defining a new lane. So we're going to go ahead and click next. Now it defines the enemy, not a competitor, a belief. This gives buyers something to mentally push against. Once they see this, they can't unsee it. Here it exposes the old model promised and what actually it created. This is how you collapse old logic. Notice it names the outdated model. Naming creates emotional clarity. It gives buyers language for something they already feel. Okay, we're going to click next. And now we name the mechanism. Category leaders don't sell advice. They sell systems. This shifts you from expert to architect. These are truth bombs. They reset buyer logic. This is how you interrupt old thinking. Here's where the strategy becomes tangible. Step 1, step 2, step 3. This is what makes it feel real. So I'm going to go ahead and click next. Now it builds the transformation story. Old identity, moment of realization, new identity. This is what buyers emotionally relate to. Here it zooms out and connects this to a broader market shift. That's how you stop selling a service and start leading a movement. Now it installs proof logic, not hype, cause and effect. Structure beats speculation. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and click next. Now we crystallize identity from who they were to who they're becoming. This part qualifies the buyer. Exclusion increases your authority. And finally, it generates headlines and angles. This feeds ads, sales videos, emails, everything. So now we have the category: enemy, mechanism, narrative, and messaging all aligned. This is what most people never do before writing copy. Now we take all of this and we turn it into an actual sales video. So this final engine is going to use the business discovery and the market reframe that we've already created. So we're not starting from scratch. We're translating strategy into persuasion. So we're going to go ahead and click next. And there's the headline: clear outcome, clear promise. This alone normally takes hours of iteration. Let's go ahead and click next. This is the tension section. It reframes the buyer's situation emotionally. Notice it's not talking about features. It's shifting identity. This is where most videos lose people because they stay surface level. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and click next. Now it's handling the old way. This explains why the usual approaches don't actually solve the problem. It separates surface level fixes from structural fixes. This is how you break buyers out of default thinking. I'm going to go ahead and click next. This is where positioning becomes the system. Instead of advice, it introduces a structured approach. This is what creates authority. Go ahead and click next. Now it turns the strategy into a tangible process. Step 1, step 2, step 3. This is what gives buyers certainty. They can see how it works. So we're going to go ahead and click next. Now it's the decision moment. Stay in the old way or move into the new one. This is where action happens. Go ahead and click next. And finally, we have our call to action. That's the entire sales video, from positioning to psychology to call to action, built in minutes. Normally, this takes days of strategy sessions, copywriting, and revisions. This engine collapses all that. This is what separates average from elite. It's not skill. It's messaging, reframing, and belief shifting. Same tools, completely different outcome. If you want the exact setup for this, just click the button below. Build your first client getting sales video in 7 minutes.